legend. Welcome to a special, compressed, one issue, but super important episode of CEO Reviews. Now, on this one, I'm going to tackle one issue because this one issue I think is pretty important and I hear it over and over and over again with coaching. So we're going to get stuck right into it. We're going to jump into a topic I love and I think is super important, and it's around imposter syndrome. I just got promoted to an office job at my part-time job, and my boss said all this nice stuff about me, and I've wanted this for months. And it's a great opportunity that I accepted, ... But I'm already experiencing doubt over my capabilities. It's only been 24 hours since I received the promotion. That is a short period of time. Now, the real work hasn't even begun, and I'm already chickening out. Mostly, I am worried about not doing the right thing and messing up.
No! God, please, no!
And potentially getting it taken away.
No! No!
That's a real concern, but we'll talk about that in a second. I'm also a shy person and I have to take charge of people now. Coworkers I have developed good relationships with.
Well, this is gonna hurt like a mother.
I don't want to seem rude or pushy. I have made significant mistakes in the past and I'm afraid of messing up again and letting the company and my boss down. Also, I think I'm afraid of losing myself to this. Becoming this bossy person who orders everyone around, so not me. Please help. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. First off, Tiger Ordinary 7057, super vulnerable post, gives us a lot to think about and consider and really useful, right? So they've clearly thought about, I just got promoted to this job. I want to do a good job. I want everyone to think I'm a good leader and a good boss and that I am doing a good job. All they really want is to just be good. They want to be seen as being good, and they're concerned about establishing themselves as a leader. And they've got this spectrum that a lot of people have. It's like, I'm either not a boss or I'm the boss. And that's such a big bifurcation that doesn't need to happen. You don't have to be like everyone's friend or the dictator. There's a range in between, and you really need to find who that leader is that you want to be.
Would I rather be feared or loved? Easy, both. I want people to be afraid of how much they love me.
The imposter syndrome stuff is super important because most of us at some point in our lives, myself included, have at one point had to step into something we didn't really feel completely prepared for. And one of the first things I say to people when they're in this type of situation is, if you feel like you're 100% ready for it, you've probably waited a little longer than you needed to. If you waited until it was perfect, till the market was 100% right, until you knew every fact you could know, you've probably gone too far. And that's not what we really want. We want you to feel challenged. We want you to test your resilience a bit, but we want to make sure you have enough skills and confidence to do the job. The second thing I would say is, what's the real job that needs to be done? So they're talking about chickening out. They're talking about things being a little bit more rough than they expected. We don't know why that is. And I would ask them, like, tell me about something you chickened out about. What was something that really bothered you and you just went, not gonna do it, not me, leave me alone, please, forget I'm the boss. And I go, why? What thing do you think you don't have that's going to stop you from that? Are you afraid of what people will think? Do you think there's a skill you need that you don't have? What's the thing that's blocking you? Are you afraid of a difficult conversation you might have to have with someone? There has to be a reason. We need to figure out what that is, and then we need to go first. Is that really a problem? Could you really not do that thing? You've got a clear history of performing well. Could you do it? And second is, what's to stop you from getting what you need to go do that thing? So that's how we would look at that fear side. And there's a checklist I put on our website and in our community around like punching fear in the face, I call it, because this stuff kills careers. Fear is a murderer of careers. And we need to make sure that there's healthy fear where there needs to be, and that gets you to take action, but not that fear paralyzes you and that you recoil from responsibility. Figure out what those gaps are and move from there. Now, the third and last thing I would say is they need to establish really clearly, and you have to too, what kind of leader do you want to be? Do you want people to respect you, but do you also feel comfortable having those tough conversations? Or do you want to be someone who's more process driven and struggles with some of the more fluid dynamics of it? What kind of leader do you want to be known as? And what does your boss want you to be as a leader? And then become that leader. Figure out those gaps and move towards it. So those are all really important aspects of imposter syndrome. Making sure you go in before you're ready and really lean into it, understanding what skills or gaps you think you have, and then really deciding the kind of leader you want to be.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
That's a super short, sharp rundown today on imposter syndrome, but I wanted to make sure we tackled this one completely by itself because it is such an important concept. If you want to find out more about imposter syndrome and backing yourself and being a kick-ass leader, you can check us out on teambuffalo.co and go /community, where we have a leadership community just built for this. If you're just interested in more of this topic and hearing more advice, videos, and watching me pull apart Reddit and try and solve real problems like we would in our business, you can check those out on the rest of the channel and watch any of our previous videos. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and jump into the next video when you're ready. Catch you in the next one.